Good.
And we're back for day number 5.
Whiskey number 5. This
And?
one is straight out of the US of A from Shelbyville,
Which is the
Tennessee.
town, which is the town next to Springfield, where the Simpsons is. You know, Shelbyville. That's where all the bad people. It'd be like on your Parks and Rec show, being from Eagleton. So it's not a good thing.
Gotcha. So this place, this is Uncle Nearest, which is a pretty iconic distillery in Tennessee for a couple different reasons. I've never actually been able to go to this place, but it has been on my list for a very long time. So Uncle Nearest, the history is that the master distiller and blender, what was his name? They have his actual name in here. Nathan Nearest Green is the one who taught Jack Daniels how to make whiskey. And he was the master distiller at Jack Daniels after it opened. Upon his emancipation, he decided to strike out on his own and created his own distillery, which is what we now know as Uncle Nearest. There were some times in there where the distillery was name only and didn't actually produce any whiskey, but it has since been brought back into production, and it is now currently run by a 5th generation descendant of Uncle Nearest himself, and it is a woman-owned and run distillery.
Cool.
The big difference between Kentucky bourbon and Tennessee whiskey is
Charcoal filtration.
yes, the maple charcoal filtration, which is called the Lincoln County process. And that was one of the main things that differentiated Jack Daniels in the time that the Jack Daniels whiskey was being created. And that is all being attributed to Sir Nathan Nearest. Little history. I know. It's pretty exciting. This distillery has a lot of history overall. If you get an opportunity to visit, you should, because it's super cool.
I'm a little confused here.
Yeah, so the other fun thing that we have today is, so this is what the mini version looks like. And in the book, they show the full-size version, which we actually have on hand.
What?
Completely unopened.
It's the same thing, right?
This year.
Single batch, whiskey, 93 proof.
Small batch.
Oh, small batch.
Small batch. Yep. So, it's one of the whiskeys that we can get here. It is kind of allocated from time to time, but we have seen a lot of it this year. So, thankfully, I was able to purchase a couple bottles of it. You want to give it a try? So, ultimately, Tennessee whiskey is the same as bourbon. It's usually made with corn.
You prefer this?
I do prefer Tennessee whiskey. I feel like the Lincoln County process pulls out some additional impurities and makes it less harsh. It makes it a bit more mellow and drinkable. And the thing that I'm not so fond of Kentucky bourbon is that Kentucky hug and the extra like sugar that happens.
The Kentucky hug is when you drink it and it burns going all the way down through your chest. Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily a bad thing. You describe it as something you don't like.
I don't like it. That doesn't mean that other people don't like it. It just is not a sensation that I thoroughly enjoy having with my whiskey. The reason for that is, how it's produced, how it's created. This is done almost in the identical fashion, except for once they distill the liquid, it's run through the maple sugar charcoal to filter out all that stuff, drains through the bottom of the barrels that they have all this charcoal kind of sitting in, and then that liquid, once it's filtered, is moved into a barrel to age. So they filter the white lightning, the white dog, the stuff that comes off the still before it goes into barrel.
It's still clear when it goes through the charcoal.
Yes. Yep.
Because like your Brita filter doesn't add color to water. It probably removes the color from the water. But I think of charcoal and the Brita filter as being different than the apple wood charcoal.
The sugar maple?
Sugar
maple.
Sugar maple.
Yeah. So the stuff that you find in your Brita is probably a more refined version of charcoal. They buy like pallets of this maple wood that's been cured and sat out for probably a year or two to dry. Then they burn it, and then they mash up all of that burnt cinder wood into like small pieces, like smaller than the size of a dime, probably something the size of a pea or smaller.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like charcoal briquettes, or
right.
It doesn't look like the rough sawn charcoal. It looks like ash, kind of, but not like white.
Yeah, it's a little chunkier ash, like just slightly chunkier than that. And then that's what they put in these giant barrels that have, I don't actually know what the bottom looks like, if there's just a hole in the bottom or if they have like a film or something. But we saw the top, and we saw how like they have pipes that just run right over the top of these giant barrels. And the barrels are like the size of dining rooms, right? And they have like pipes that have holes in them, and little like streams of goodness just kind of comes out.
Streams of white lightning.
Yeah, into the charcoal, and it saturates the charcoal, and then it just kind of falls through to the bottom. And then the stuff that comes out the bottom is what they put in the barrel. Those charcoal filtration houses, they definitely smell like whiskey.
Oh yeah, it smells great.
It is an aroma that is completely unique to the Tennessee whiskey creation area.
But it doesn't burn your eyes when you walk in. Like if you stick your face in this and breathe in, you might feel it in your eyes a little bit, but it doesn't do that in that room.
It almost has like that sweet corn aroma that you would get from like that high corn distillation. Yeah. But it's an interesting thing. So again, if you ever get the opportunity, I mean, Uncle Nearest is on my list. So if anybody's been there, that would be great to like sit and chat about it. But we have been to at least one other Tennessee distillery, probably a couple of them. Because we did do a trip down there quite a few years ago. Okay, overall, let's talk about this.
Overall, great aftertaste. I would say it's kind of like in the middle of the road. I don't know. I could see it going either direction.
So I think that this is a good, not necessarily, it's not entry level by any means, but like maybe one step up, like a mid-tier Tennessee whiskey. This particular expression, I think, is the cheapest of what they offer from Uncle Nearest. But it's not super expensive, but it's also not like $20, you know? So it's gonna be a good representation that you could definitely mix this with cocktails and you'll have a beautiful cocktail. You could drink it neat and you'll probably enjoy it. But it doesn't have that like wow factor that the cask strength or their rye has.
Okay, so I need to go there to try the other stuff.
Yeah.
Because I like rye, and I don't know if I've had charcoal filtered rye.
We have when we were in Tennessee.
Okay, well.
But it's been a while, so you might need to reacquaint yourself to that flavor. But so as far as tasting notes goes, it says honey with warm brown sugar, cedar and orange peel and tobacco flower, spices of ground ginger and white pepper on the nose.
Tobacco flour. What is tobacco flour?
I don't know.
Yeah, let's say we don't know any of that.
Yeah. On the palate, you should get caramel, balanced with a spicy wood tannin, notes of baking chocolate, cigar leaf, nougat, and cinnamon. I don't know about that.
I get fruit. I get the fact that it's smooth. I get that it's made from corn. If you blind tasted me, I think I would say this is a corn-based drink.
It is.
And can't say anything about tobacco. Can't say anything about what they said. Like leaf. What was the leaf thing? Mint leaf? No.
Cigar leaf.
Okay, and then
Yeah, I guess I get
orange-
a little bit of that cigar-y flavor.
orange peel. I get that, but I could just be craving.
Oranges.
Yeah.
I don't know if I get cinnamon, but I can see like the chocolate, the baking chocolate, and the cigar leaf, because it has kind of a little bit of like a woodsy, rusticy feel, like flavor. The finish says long and smooth. I mean, it is smooth. It doesn't have any prickliness at all. Cinnamon lingers with dark chocolate, oak tannins, and maple syrup. Garf has a few things to say about that.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe that sweetness that I kind of think that I'm attributing to like a marshmallowy, like a toasted marshmallowy flavor, which is what I typically get off of Tennessee whiskeys, is what they're calling maple syrup.
Okay.
It's very possible.
Take it or leave it. I would be excited to go to this place for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to go at some point in time. I'm excited that we were able to find a bottle of it recently, so we'll get to enjoy more of it. Yeah, that's all.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.
That's better. Uncle Nearest is better than that Old Smoky.
Uncle Nearest is definitely better.
Yeah.
This is harsh compared to that. And this is only like 1% more proof. It's gotta be the mash bill. It's gotta be, but
Well, Uncle Nearest is like a big company, right?
no,
No.
no, not a big company, but it has a massive amount of longevity in the region.
Okay.
I mean, think about the person that created Jack Daniels. Like the year 1884, they wrote it in here. It's named after the year 1884, which is the last year that Nearest Green is believed to have put whiskey into barrels before he retired. And he worked as a slave and as an emancipated man prior to retiring in 1884. They're coming to get you, Montgomery. The woman who owns it now, Victoria Edie Butler, she was named Master Blender of the Year by Whiskey Magazine for 2 consecutive years, 21 and 22.
That's double wins in a row. Is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, the only other one that I've ever tried is the cast strength one, which your brother has.